about the Bills and the Dolphins. I got to be honest, this game I was not really looking forward to, but I was wrong. This was another close game. You can never count out teams. You can never count out a team based on who the quarterback is going to be. It's too easy. And I think the Bills may have done that a little bit. This was a great divisional game as well. The Bills and the Dolphins been two really good teams this year. The Dolphins really sneaking into the playoffs. They went on a massive losing streak. Granted, Tua's been hurt all year. There's been a changing at quarterback constantly. It's hard to, really to get behind your team and to make consistent progress whenever your starting quarterback is missing a lot of games. So they get in here and they really just barely get in the playoffs, but they do it. Now, Mike McDaniel, let's talk about him real fast. I like Mike McDaniel as a coach. I like his offensive philosophy. I think he's done a lot of nice things his rookie year as a head coach. There were a lot of people saying that, he should be fired. They're going to replace him with somebody else. I think that would be a terrible decision if you're the Dolphins. I'm not saying that Mike McDaniel is going to go on to be Bill Belichick and win 15 million Super Bowls, but I think firing him after one season where his starting quarterback was out for a majority of the games and to make a playoff run and to almost beat your division rival in the playoffs with your third-string quarterback says a lot. Now, a lot of people are getting on Mike McDaniel about not getting play calls in quick enough. Dolphins had a lot of issues this game when it came to, getting play calls in, a lot of delay games, a lot of miscommunication on offense. That is his fault and the offensive coordinator's fault, who I think he calls the plays, but whoever they have there in that position. But still, tough. It's really tough. But I'll give him a sort of a pass here with having a third-string quarterback in the game. The guy's Skylar Thompson, he's trying to do everything he can. He actually played an okay game given the position he was in. And they had a lot of drops. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, a lot of drops in this game. Not every ball was completely catchable, but they had some passes that hit them right in the breadbasket that they dropped, unfortunately. Those were drive killers, and you need those when you're going up against a team that is superior in quarterback talent in Josh Allen and the Bills. But I really wasn't looking forward to this game too much. I thought it was going to be kind of a blowout, and I was wrong, which leads me back to my point like I'm saying. Good coaching matters. Mike McDaniel, I know he may not have coached the best game time management-wise, but good coaching and getting around good talent is going to put your team in a good position to win no matter what. This team with a third-string quarterback lost by 3 points of a score of 34-31. Hey, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. The Dolphins have nothing to be ashamed about. No one expected them to win this game, and they almost pulled it off. Now, taking a look at the Bills, obviously big game because of the whole Damar Hamlin thing. That's really been the driving force for them the past 2-3 weeks ever since that happened. And he came and he visited the team and they were fired up. The Bills are the Bills. They've got a really good shot in making this a run. Not every game is going to be, hey, we're the best team in this conference. We're going to bulldoze everybody. It's not going to be like that. And the Bills have been a powerhouse for most of the year. They only lost 3 games. And Josh Allen maybe didn't have his best game. I mean, I think he had 2 interceptions. He's had a turnover problem this year. Not everything's been his fault, but when it matters most, they got it done and they got the win. The Bills, they're going to have just as good of a chance as winning it all as any other of these teams. I think the Damar Hamlin angle and the motivation from that is certainly going to help push them to a certain extent. But the Bills, they found a way. Not every game is going to be easy. Not every game is going to be, we're going against a third-string quarterback. We're going to just steamroll them. This is the playoffs. This is a good team, a well-coached team by the Dolphins. They made some miscues with a third-string quarterback, miscommunication, timing issues, had some drops. All throughout the playoffs, well, really throughout all season, there have been some pretty bad officiating calls, which is something I want to do a video on and talk about in the future about officiating and just how bad it really has been the past, really the past couple years, but this year it's been bad, really bad, especially. It was really bad in all the games. And you just hate to see it. I understand not every call is going to be perfect. Not every call is going to go your way. That's just the way it goes. But, in the playoffs, you got to get these calls right. You got to get them right. And I feel like in this game, there were a lot of missed calls, a lot of blown calls, a lot of holding, a lot of pass interference calls on both sides. It's tough. But overall, the Bills, they're moving on. They continue their rally toward the Super Bowl. Dolphins, they have a very nice foundation. Now it comes down to quarterback. Reports are saying that Tua's the guy next year. They want him to be there, which, I understand. And I think when he's healthy, he's a very solid quarterback. But I don't think the Dolphins should close the door on exploring options just due to the injury. I think Tua is a hell of a player when healthy. I think a lot of people give him, crap for he's not the most accurate. His deep ball isn't the best. He's not a rocket launch quarterback, but Tua's a smart player. He's a good player, but he's just so injury prone. And you really hate it for the guy, especially when it comes to concussions, because that's not something you can, really. You can't really control that. If you get hit and your head gets slammed a certain way, that's just how things are. It's just the luck of the draw, unfortunately. But I don't think it would be wise for the Dolphins not to at least explore other options and see what else is available. I think you bring back Tua, you're going to be in the same position next year, but there's also a good chance he could get hurt again. So what are you going to do? Teddy Bridgewater is a nice backup quarterback, but he's also frequently injury prone. So I think the Dolphins have a nice foundation, but they should not be limited to quarterback based on what they think can happen. We've seen the injuries. We like Tua. We don't want to try to keep them together, but that may not be the case. So let's see how they take that.